Instagram Live Producer has rolled out to everyone at this point, so that means you can actually use Live on Instagram from Ecamm Live, vMix, OBS, StreamYard, Restream Studio, and you don't have to use your mobile phone only anymore, or use some of those apps that were down and dirty and doing some tricks that were not exactly on the up and up. All right, so I'm going to show you today how to actually go live through Instagram Live Producer. I'm going to talk about the do's and the do nots. I'm going to talk about some bugs here on first release, and we're also going to talk about graphics. So part of professional video and live streams is graphics, and we're going to talk about the dangers of doing that on Instagram Live and how you can overcome that for your streams. So welcome to the show. I see all of you watching live. This is a live tutorial. I'm going to tackle Q&A after I do the tutorial, and then we can geek out and we can hang out. So stick around if you're watching live. Everybody else watching on the replay, let's dig in. All right, so Instagram Live Producer. This means that you can actually go live from the desktop, which is super exciting. It's something that people have been asking for and wanting for quite some time. So let's get into the tutorial. If you want to use Ecamm Live, OBS, StreamYard, Restream to go live to your Instagram account, you're gonna go to Instagram on the same computer that you are using Ecamm or any software. In this case today, I am of course using Ecamm. And you're gonna go to the left-hand side down here and you're gonna click Create. And then you're gonna have the option to post or do live video. Click Live Video. Now, you can choose a title. In this case, I'm gonna put Live Tutorial, and then you wanna choose the audience itself. You can actually practice. So if you're not used to live streaming, especially on Instagram, you could actually go into practice mode and people won't see that. So that can give you some peace of mind. In this case, I am actually gonna go public. Now, I went live to my audience this morning already, and they helped me test out bugs, and I'm gonna share with you some of those. So we're gonna click public, and then we're gonna click next. Now, this next button is going to give you a stream URL and stream key. Now, I'm just gonna take a moment here and let you know there are two ways that you can go live through software. That's API and RTMP. I'm not gonna get into the nitty-gritty in this video about what those two things mean, but essentially if you're going live through API, which you can do to Facebook and YouTube, then that actually allows you to get comments on screen and be able to put up those comments up on screen as I am right here, right? And so we can engage with the audience from that perspective. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to RTMP, you're not going to be able to get the same capability of putting comments up on screen. So just understand that RTMP has a direct connection. However, it doesn't feed in a lot of the cool, fun stuff that the API connection does. For now, Instagram Live Producer is only working via RTMP. That means you get the stream URL and these wacky numbers and letters that is called your stream key. So all you're gonna do is copy that stream key, and then in your software, and again for today's tutorial, I'm actually showing you Ecamm Live, and what we're then going to do is go into your settings. Now, in Ecamm Live, I'm showing you my whole system here, and you're going to add a destination of Instagram Live. If you haven't done that, you can just add destination and you can click broadcast to Instagram Live. In this case, I have already done that. This is the screen that you will get. Now, you're going to just paste that stream key here. Never, ever, 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 ever show your stream key to the public. In this case, I can get away with it because you're not seeing the entire stream key, okay? So then you're gonna save, and when you go live in your software, you're going to choose Instagram as your option. Unfortunately, I can't do that part right here, so I'm gonna have to save that for a different tutorial, but you actually then would go live from your Ecamm software. You would choose that, and then what you're actually going to see is the capability to then go live here on this button right here. Now, let me be very clear about one thing. When you connect to Instagram Live from your software, Ecamm, OBS, StreamYard, it's actually going to be live on the replay of Instagram Live, and you don't know it yet. So Chris Erickson, who you know as our video editor around here, he actually went live for like 2 minutes on the replay, just him hawing around before he actually clicked that go live button on Instagram right here. So you'll see the feed coming through, and then it'll say go live, and once you click go live, then it sends the notifications out to your audience. However, on the replay, you will get that entire section from software to hitting go live. So be ready to go and actually share information or start speaking. Now, once that happens, then you are going to be live with your audience and you can start commenting and connecting with people. In my instance this morning, we actually were hanging out for about 30 minutes, and everybody was having a grand old time, and we were talking and engaging, and we encountered some bugs. So right now, as Instagram Live is rolling out, we are seeing a couple of bugs. One, I couldn't find my Instagram Live. Now, I don't know that this is actually a bug. I think this might be designed the way they want it, but I was not actually seeing a link on my profile. So everybody else was getting notifications to join my live stream, but me as a creator, I could not find that. I had to have people actually DMing on Instagram the link to my live stream because I couldn't access that anywhere as a creator, which was super frustrating. I don't know about you all watching live. If you have tried this, if you have found a way that I was not able to, please do comment and let me know, because I would very much like to know that I have not missed something. But from what I saw, it is really not possible. And after the fact, you can access it through your archive. However, it's a little bit of a kind of weird way to access your live stream that you just did. But you have to go into the archive and then you have to share it to your profile. So then you could have it. And if you go to my Instagram profile right now, you will actually see that there is the last live stream, because I finally found it in archive and was able to share that to my Instagram profile. So now people will see that. Now, here's the funny thing. I don't know, was anybody watching live right now in the comments watching my live stream on Instagram this morning? Let me know, because that was hilarious. What happened was, I'm gonna actually show you this because this is just too funny. Okay, so this is the funniest face. So what we're happening is, like, everybody was commenting like normal, right? And then if you were commenting from desktop, then you were actually typing in backwards. So as you would type in an Instagram desktop chat room, it would actually not display correctly. It would type backwards. And so you were like, what am I typing? And then it would display to me backwards as well as the rest of the community. So it kind of looks like, in this example, like you're cursing when you say this. which I thought was hilarious. And then, you know, on profile, it looks like this as well. So it was a very awkward situation, to say the least, but I thought it was actually quite hilarious. Now, one person on Instagram told me that, that they actually, the honest accomplice, Dan, told me that it's been this way with the backwards typing on desktop since they started rolling out Live Producer a long time ago, like last year. And so that doesn't look like a bug that they're planning to fix. So that's going to be something to keep in mind, that it's going to be a little awkward. Oh, okay. So hopefully they fix that. Hopefully that is a bug that they squash ASAP now that it's rolling out to everyone. Now, those were kind of the big bugs that I found. Again, having a really tough time finding that as a creator is a big issue, in my opinion, for Instagram Live. Now, let's talk about the big thing when it comes to professional quality video, where you can do fun stuff like having, you know, like having graphics on screen, doing those screen shares that I just was showing you, putting snow up on for the holidays, right? Anything that you want to do, having call to actions on your screen. This is something that we all here in this community that I teach, is how to have that professional quality video and live streams, and that includes graphics, so that you can engage your audience in a more effective manner and present the information that you want to in the way that you want to. Now, this creates instant credibility. The problem about Instagram Live is on the desktop, they're going to see this entire, and I'm just going to leave this up here because it gives you the entire picture of this landscape mode, right? On Instagram, if people are watching on their phones, it's still going to display in portrait mode, meaning it's going to cut off, just like you see in this picture, it's going to cut off the ugly face, the graphics on the other screen. So that then tells us, okay, we have to get really creative if you're going to use graphics on Instagram, because you have to plan for both landscape and portrait mode. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, how can we create graphics that are built for portrait that also look good on landscape? So I haven't had a chance to talk with magical Mr. Paul Dixon, our graphic designer, about it just yet, but I think that that's the next thing in line when it comes to professional quality video on Instagram. Now, another thing, people tend to say, I like the rawness of Instagram Live. Is that going to change or is that not? I would love, love, love to hear your comments on that. Do you want the professional graphics on Instagram Live, or do you want to keep it more raw and have the pro qualities on things like Facebook and YouTube? Leave me a comment on this video and in the lives. Now my comments stopped updating, so I can't throw your comments up on screen anymore. So I am paying attention now. I got you up here. But that is something to keep in mind of, you know, what is the experience that you want your audience to have? Malakair says, keep it raw, makes it seem like a New York street view. April says, I want IG to remain cozy. And yeah, so it's there's a lot of people who just want to keep Instagram the way it is. But with the desktop capabilities, you know graphics are coming. And so now we have to think through that as content creators. What is the experience you want your audience to have? What experience do they want to have? And you need to provide that to them in the right content, on the right platform, in the right format. So those are things to think about when it comes to Instagram Live. If you're watching the replay, be sure to join us live every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. If you're watching the live, I'm gonna go into Q&A right now and hang out with you more and geek out about some new stuff we have going on around here, answer all of your questions about Instagram Live or anything else. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.